Good evening and welcome to the Lucas Oil Raceway Park, where we will begin our championship battle here in the Mardon Juggernaut Truck Series. 12 drivers set to do battle tonight to see who will be able to fight their way towards the championship. And we welcome you here for tonight's presentation of the Mardon 200. I am your lead commentator, Dawson Allen. Joining me in the booth today, it's Josh Coppernoll and Ben Smith. Guys, welcome to the booth.
I'm looking forward to this one. It is playoff time. It is time for the drivers to really show their skill. What's it going to take to win a championship? And here we go. Race one of round one. So I'm looking forward to this to see, are we going to start off with a playoff driver getting victory lane, or somebody that's not a playoff driver going to sneak their way into victory lane?
And on top of that, we're going to be having round one at the iconic Indianapolis Raceway Park. And if this ends up anything like the Camping World Truck Series race this past weekend, we're in for a lot of excitement here today, gentlemen.
Yeah, it indeed will be a good one. Of course, I'm coming back off of that trip up to that track here this past weekend. It was a fantastic place and a fantastic race, and I'm hoping that we can see this kind of happen here tonight. That we'll see this kind of action as well here in the Juggernaut Truck Series. So, looking right now through the field as things roll. Currently, fastest on track right now is the 15 of Carl Felver. He sits atop the leaderboards right now with a 21.882 as the fastest lap. You see Brett Bennett in the wall just up ahead. But he is the fastest truck on track right now as they continue on with this practice. Just 17 minutes to go. And, I'm not too shocked about this. Felver has been very good at short tracks in a couple of those series that we've seen him race in. So seeing him running P1 right now is no shock.
Yeah, and I was gonna, you stole the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say that we have seen him super strong on those short tracks. The difference is that other series that you and I specifically talking about, of course, the ITPM Truck Series, that's a fixed setup series. These guys here, this is open setup, so you still have to have the right setup in as well as the skill. We know Felver has the skill, and right here it's showing he's already got a very fast setup, so he's already looking very dangerous to start off these playoffs. So Felver, I think right now he's proven that he is the one to beat tonight. But, hey, it's going to be a long race, 200 laps. Anything can happen.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for crazier things to happen. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again here tonight. So I'm looking forward to this race. Ben, what are your thoughts on this race and leading into the playoffs for tonight?
It's an exciting race to start off at. And part of that is because this is a multi-groove racetrack. It may be flat, but there's all sorts of lines depending on how your truck handles you, Dave. Obviously, we see here Carl Felver prefers the high line, but there's also a middle and a low line. And we've also seen trucks in past races get right there on the apron just above the grass and are able to make lines work out there. So, and what we're interested to see too, will the lines shift for drivers as the race goes on and tire wear starts to be a factor? And also lap traffic is going to be a big part of the race today as well.
Yeah, it will be definitely be a battle between the drivers as this race carries on. So let's see if I can't get this all squared away here as we watch the 15 continuing on. And we'll get you a graphic up here for the fans watching at home. This right here is going to show us just coming into the race. Obviously, we cannot have live scoring updates. We're not that advanced yet. But you can see just down there where the playoff drivers rank in terms of coming into this elimination round. Of course, the 3 races, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Richmond, and Kansas. Those are going to be the 3 races of the first round, the round of 12. The bottom 4 are the ones eliminated at the end of it. And so you see there, Cameron Stone is up 27, as is Zach Rinker. Rich Petrucco's up 11. Eric Weinland is up 9. Carl Felver up 7. Then Dale Lucas and Craig Fryer are both up 2 points. And then we see a tie there on the very bottom of the cut line between Nick Stein and Dalton Kelly. Of course, broken, the tiebreaker is the wins. Of course, Stein has a win where Dalton Kelly does not. Alonso Chicano is down 1, Nolan Hodgson down 2, and Andrew Shartner is down 3. So anybody within striking distance, obviously, it's still very much going to be a close battle. It's going to be a long way to go, though, for these 3 races. So we're going to have to see how things shake up here as this race goes on.
Yeah, if you're Cameron Stone or Zach Rinker, you can afford to have one bad race and hope that it takes others a few bad races, to stay in it, move to the round of 8. Once you're in the round of 8, you're Stone and Rinker. At that point, it's going to be a lot harder to be able to recover from mistakes, because at that point, there's not as many drivers left in the running for a championship.
And yeah, it's something we're gonna. You see Alonso Chicano take a spin here in practice. I think that's the one right there. That's Dustin Hall. He'll slide as well. But a lot of guys just trying to get some extra laps put down here before the session is ready to go. We got about 12 minutes for qualifying starts, so anytime to see some of these guys run around here. There is the 27. That's Rich Petrucco, currently 3rd in points. You see plus 11 to the cut line, so he's got a good gap between himself and the rest of the field. So he can afford to have a somewhat par for the course race here with 15 trucks. He won't lose too much if he doesn't finish well, so it's all going to be a factor of those stage points.
I'm curious, Dawson, how Rich Petrucco would do here today, because during the course of the season, he's been a factor at pretty much every track we've gone to, regardless of what type of track it is. And so far, he's showing 4th on the speed chart, which doesn't surprise me at all. He's been top 5 speed most tracks we've gone to, and he's got quite a few wins to his resume as well.
Petrucco is a driver that is really good at these short tracks as well. We were talking about Carl Felver doing a great job at this kind of racing. Petrucco as well. This fits right into Petrucco's driving style, and I think, long runs, watch out for Petrucco. If he's up front, he very well could be challenging for a lead if he's not there already.
Someone to talk about as well. Not in the playoffs. See him currently. He's P5 on the leaderboard. Adam Beneful. You see him on pit road right now. He's at the 5th fastest lap time this race. So we'll be interested to see how he performs tonight. He is the one to watch here tonight. Him and that one of Dustin Hall. Both of them have been wicked fast in the races they've attended. So I would not be shocked to see those two making a run up to the front of this field as this race goes on. So Cameron Stone looks like he will not be able to make it to tonight's race. So obviously, you see that plus 27. He's able to take a week off right now. He's got enough of a gap to take that week off. So how about we see if we can reach out to our current, what would be our current points leader. Due to the tie with Stone, but he'll take it, as of right now by proxy just because he made the field. Let's see if we can get Zach Rinker on the line.
Zach.
Give him a second here. We'll reach out to him, see if he wants to come on board here and talk with us. And if not, oh well. reach out. We got plenty of guys we can reach out to and see if we can talk to them. Just see what they want to talk about. There's still plenty of racing here to be had tonight. And let's talk about that as well. You know, the stages tonight, lap 60, lap 20, lap 200 to end the race. So, you know, 60, 60, 80. It's going to be your stage links here tonight. You know, of course, top 10 each stage get points. So you really want to be up there in the front, especially those guys that are currently in the lower end of the points, like Dale Lucas, Craig Fryer, Nick Stein, Dalton Kelly, Alonso Gicano, Nolan Hodgson, and Andrew Shartner all are going to want to be up here, that front group, to try to be able to get some stage points here early on.
If I'm wrong here, Dawson, I don't see Andrew Shartner here in the field, so we might be bookended by the leader in the playoff points and the guy last in the playoff points not being here either.
Yeah, it looks that way right now. Which, you know, I understand, you know, it's real life, you know, things happen. You can't make a, you know, virtual race. It happens from time to time. So, but it's one of those things. It sucks, you know, we got all these guys here ready to go for a championship. Just, you know, something happens, they can't make it, you know. Really wish they were here to race this tonight, but that's okay. You know, we still got plenty of racing left to go. We got 15 trucks out here tonight ready to do battle. So, we'll be able to see some guys go after it. So right now we're looking, this is the 56 truck. This is Mason Lowry. Did not make the playoffs, had a last-ditch effort 2 weeks ago to try to go for it at Pocono, but was unsuccessful in his quest. So as of right now, Mason Lowry just kind of out here going for wins at this point, trying to get everything kind of squared away and ready for next year and get some more practice time in.
Yeah, track time always helps, even if you didn't make the playoffs. Still coming out here, getting experimenting with setups, maybe is a good thing because maybe you might find something that strikes with your truck that you can use into next year.
There's Dalton Kelly, currently scored P9 on the points. He is your first truck out. The tiebreaker with Nick Stein going to the 82 for the win. So we'll have to see. Looks like Michael Krueger is in as well. So it looks like we're up to 16 trucks for this field so far. So pretty good field showing. We got a pretty good field going for us now.
It's also worth noting that Dalton Kelly is the lone representative for SBLD Racing in the playoffs.
Yep, he is the only one. So let's go ahead. What do you say we give a dial up to our driver of the number 60? Let's go call to Zach Rinker. Hey, Zach Rinker, this is Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty, coming into tonight, you came into the playoffs tied with Cameron Stone for the points lead, but with Cameron not showing up, pretty much circuits you around to the points lead. So currently P2 on the board. How are you feeling about tonight's race?
Not so sure right now. First race in over a month, so not sure how it's gonna go today.
You had a bit of an off week, a couple off weeks there. Didn't run the last couple races after you pretty much were locked in the playoffs anyways. But, you know, coming back to a short track especially, what do you think is going to happen with some of these playoff guys, especially with how close the points are, you know, just for the start of this race, you know, how everybody's going to drive?
I think we'll see a couple haymakers towards the end. You can't really pass here, so the first little bit should be fairly calm.
And then do you plan on maybe throwing a curveball and trying to get something else, something done that everybody else is, you know, maybe not going to be able to replicate?
We'll see how the race is going. You know, if I don't think I can win on speed, we might have to throw some strategy in there and whatnot.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. You can do out there. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
That was Zach Rinker. What is currently now the points lead, 27 points above the cut line.
Not a bad way to start off the playoffs. Of course, starting off with points lead, essentially. Just has to, you know, stay up there. Right now, just has to be 4 drivers.
Personally, I think, gentlemen, we're going to see a little bit of chaos at the beginning of this race as everybody is jockeying for position and a little piece of real estate. I think it's going to be a little aggressive in the beginning, and then a lull in the middle as everybody's kind of settling in and strategizing, and then depending on how cautions potentially fall at the end of the race, we could see the intensity pick back up again.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. It's going to be pretty chaotic and hectic these first couple laps here. As we get further along into that first stage, it'll really ease back up and kind of calm down from what we might see tonight, at the start. But, and then like, Zach said, some of these guys might end up at the end of the race. If they don't have the speed for the win, they're just going to go for a solid points run or might try some strategy to go for the win. So, the win and you're into the next round is going to be crucial here. So the first guy to strike while the iron is hot tonight is really going to have a benefit over the rest of the field. And, just looking at the rest of the schedule here, I mean, after tonight, like we said, go to Richmond. And then after that, you go out to Kansas. For the final race of this round. And the way Kansas runs, it's very much like a draft track almost. So it'll be interesting to see how that race plays out. And then looking ahead past that, after we go to Richmond, we have the All-Star race afterwards that week after, and then we go to Kansas. Bristol in September. And then we have a bit of a break till Talladega. And then Homestead to close out the round of 8. So that'll definitely be the round to determine, not only just, what is the round of 8 to determine the Final 4, but that'll really be the proving grounds for some of these drivers to prove why they belong in the championship battle. And, of course, we close out the season at Phoenix, so lots of fun going to be had.
If you're a good short track racer, you got to be feeling good about 3 short tracks in within the first 4 races of the playoffs. That's going to, if you're a short track expert, that's playing right into your wheelhouse. It only gives you an opportunity to get pretty close through to the next round or even the final 4, depending on how things play out and if you can sweep out, but also accumulate a lot of points as well.
I have to say, out of this playoffs, my favorite round has to be the round of 8, because as you were saying, Bristol, Talladega, and Homestead, can it really get any better than that as far as trying to determine a Final 4 for championship run at Phoenix?
No, it really doesn't, Josh, because you got a lot of variety in that round and very different styles. Obviously, Homestead, intermediate track, a lot of handling, multi-groove racetrack. A lot of guys are going to be rim riding by the wall. Some guys might be handling better on the bottom. Talladega, that's the ultimate place of chaos and just pedal to the metal. We know exactly what's going to happen there. And then Bristol is rough and tumble. Short track racing, but it's full contact.
Yeah, and then, of course, leading up to Homestead. Homestead is always a very exciting race to watch. It's a very, very good multi-lane track. It's an unorthodox, excuse me, an unorthodox track to race at. So, we'll see. That'll be that last challenge, that final hump for some of these guys to try to make that final push, that final spot or two. After that, we'll see, who will be battling for a championship heading into Phoenix. And it's possible it could be this guy here, Nolan Hodgson in the 42. So he's closing in on the end of practice now. He is currently 16th quickest. He is only half a second off of the fastest lap, a 21.860 by the 15 of Carl Felver. As practice is getting ready to come to a close, where we will get into qualifying to see who will be on pole for this race.
And it looks like towards the end there, Dawson, it looks like Felver actually managed to get an even faster lap. His gap over Rinker was about 0.05 for most of the session, and then at the end there, it went up to 0.073, so he did make a little bit of gains there.
So looking to see Nolan Hodgson, looks like Brett Bennett, Nick Stein are all the starters to pull out here to start going for their qualifying time.
Let's see what Hodgson can do for his lap here. Looks like he's going to start out on the high line.
Nick Stein out there. Nolan Hodgson as well. We're watching the driver of the 82 to see how he fares in his run. Looks like Dalton Kelly making a run. Nick Stein, of course. Rich Petrucco. Michael Krueger out qualifying as well. So the first truck to the line this time, it looks like it's going to be the 82 of Nick Stein and the 42 of Nolan Hodgson. Hodgson's going to post a 22.350 to a 22.401 for Nick Stein. So Nolan Hodgson to the top as of right now. And looking back to see as they come to complete their final laps. Nick Stein is going to spin it. Spins it off of turn 4, unable to complete a second lap. So he's going to have to settle with the lap time he posted. Meanwhile, looking back to Brett Bennett. Brett Bennett has gotten into the wall, so he will not post a qualifying time.
Nick Hodgson actually improved. It got faster on his second lap.
Yeah, 22.287. Now he sits at the top of the leaderboard. Dalton Kelly coming around to complete a lap here. Going for this first lap of his. It's going to be 22.334. Unable to best the time from Nolan Hodgson, but he's going to go for a second go around here.
Interesting little approach for him. He's like he's doing a kind of a dime in the corner type approach.
Definitely trying to see if he can't make something work to get a faster time. This time by, it's going to be a 22.251. That's good for the pole position for the driver, the 45. Meanwhile, the 41 of Michael Krueger now making his lap coming around this time. He is going to set a lap time of a 22.342. Puts him to P3. And Rich Petrucco now to the top of the leaderboards with a 22.104. Back for the 21, that's Eric Weinland. He is now out setting his second lap. The first lap was a 24.335. Not good enough, and it's going to be a spin here. The 21 is going to spin it out. He will not set a second lap, so he currently sits at the bottom of the leaderboard. Meanwhile, the 60 of Zach Rinker.
Oh, just barely edges out Petrucco on his first lap by 9 1/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, currently P1. You see him come around to complete his second lap. He's able to improve slightly at 22.081. That puts him still up top of the leaderboard, but improves his time. Looks like Craig Fryer might have had issues as well. He finds himself back on pit road. Dale Lucas Jr. sits at 22.243. That is good for P3. And looking at it, looks like Alonso Chicano now is out setting a lap time here.
Good lap for the 25.
Takes it to P3. So he's able to improve his time up to P3 with a 22.240. Carl Felver now on track.
It should be an interesting lap to watch because how fast he was in practice. Let's see if he can back up that time.
Coming through 3 and 4 here. This will be the first lap he'll put down on time. That time by is going to be a 22.013 up to the top of the leaderboards in the first lap. Now
Quite decisively, too.
Yeah, by a good shot on the first lap, too. Let's see what he can do this second go around.
Just watching him rotate through the turns, Dawson, he's by far the smoothest I've seen through. Some of the other guys have a little bit of a wiggle in their truck. His does not wiggle at all. He's got a great setup in that truck.
And not only did he have another good lap, he improved on his lap time again at 21.969. P1 on the boards for the driver, the 15. Eric Weinland is the only truck that is currently showing as on the track right now, but of course he's on pit road after that spin in his qualifying. So it looks like nobody else is going to take a time as we come to the end of this qualifying session. Carl Felver wins the pole award.
A number of guys either didn't take a lap, such as Adam Beneful, but that's kind of par for the course for the 83 team. And then we had some other guys like Brett Bennett who wiped out during their qualifying run, but that's going to put them in the hole to start out.
Yeah, common occurrence we've seen from that 83 team, just not going outside a qualifying lap. They just kind of
Or
do
practice
everything.
either.
Yeah, no qualifying, not a lot of practice. They just go with it. So we'll see what happens for the rest of this race. So why don't we take a look at your starting grid presented by Mardon PCs. Starting it off, row 1, Carl Felver, Zach Rinker, a couple playoff guys in that first row, and then back in row 2, it's Rich Petrucco and Alonzo Chicano.
In row 3 is going to be Dale Leakus with Dalton Kelly to his outside, Greg Fryer on the inside of row 4, and Nolan Hodgson starting P8.
And on the inside of row 5, we have the 41 of Mikey Krueger, and then to his outside will be the number 82 of Nick Stein. Row 6, we have Weinland in the 21 and Adam Beneful in the 83 on the outside.
Then rounding out your field, the 1 of Dustin Hall and the 56 of Mason Lowry make up row 7. And back in row 8, it is the 47 of Brett Bennett and the 13 of Cody Bird. You see there the 54 of Brian Smith. We've been told that he is not planning on racing tonight. He is just here to spectate the show. But, you know, he still showed up as a driver, so he still pops in as a driver. So that 54 will show up for now and at the end, and that's about all you'll see of him. So with that out of the way, 16 drivers preparing to do battle. 12 drivers, or so 10 that are here tonight, ready to race for a championship. We'll see how things shake up for them here. As you see them coming off of pit road, it'll be 2 laps as a short track procedure here for the pace laps before the start of the race. Or maybe not. It looks like the lights are already off on the pace car, so.
So it's going to be a shotgun start here. Hopefully guys get off the line quickly and form their lines back up in the back there.
No, it will be. It looks like it's going to be 2 to go like usual. I was about to say, I saw the lights were off and I was used to them normally being on, but nope, lights are off. They just are off anyways. So we'll go green this next time by. See the field kind of catching back up. Getting ready to rock and roll. So on board here, it's a 15 of Carl Felver.
You know, Dawson, we forgot to do our picks.
It's not too late. Josh, who you got?
Well, you're giving me first pick. I'm going to go with that guy that's starting on the pole, Carl Felver.
Before we get going here, my pick is going to be the 27 of Rich Petrucco. He's consistent just about any place we go.
And as we go green, I'll take Zach Rinker. Green flag is out. We're underway here at IRP.
Great start there out of Rinker, using that outside lane. And gonna clear, not quite.
Oh, he's going to get loose.
Alonzo Chicano almost sent it 3 wide there. Thought about it, backed out of it. The 60 truck on Zach Rinker going to clear the 15 spins. Carl Felver with a slide out of turn 4 on lap 1 will bring out the first caution of the race. And just like that, the 15 truck falls to the rear of the field.
Josh, your pick.
There is still 199 laps to go, guys.
Yeah,
I've seen lots of times drivers make the worst of first challenge work, and though Felver, he started on a pole, I still have faith he can go from first to worst to first tonight.
Let's look and see if we can get the onboard there with that 15. See right here, this is where he got side by side with Rinker. Had to turn to a little bit of contact there, actually, is what got that 60 truck up the track. You see as the 60 goes by, just sideways and around he went. but able to keep it off the wall.
Thinking maybe he just got back to the throttle a little too quick and spun the tires, and that caused him to go around. At least he didn't hit anything, though, so besides possibly a new set of tires being necessary, he should be good to go.
Yeah, no contact with anything. The only thing that got hurt there was his pride. Spinning out turn 4, lap 1. But it's still a long race. It's 200 laps, so spinning out of lap 1 is better than spinning out of lap 199 from that front.
Yeah, it's much better. Sorry, Ben, but it is, much better. If you're gonna have a mistake, do it early, as early as you possibly can. And for Felver, just happened on lap 1. Now he's got the rest of the race to focus, move forward.
I was gonna say, Josh, that because he didn't hit anything, he's not gonna go in the hole or down a lap for dealing with repairs or anything. So, because of that, he's still in pretty good shape.
So as we see the field pacing by here, they go side by side, getting ready to go green. You see Zach Rinker choosing the top. He launches here for the restart. The green flag is back out, and that 60 truck is going to check out already from the field.
That was a great restart out of Rinker to retain the lead, start driving off with it.
Looks like they're going to go single file in the back there through about 8th or 9th.
A lot of guys kind of tucking in line here, just wanting to ride it out for now. I think that first truck kind of starting to peak out. Looked to be, maybe it was that one of Dustin Hall, but I do see a position swap between Brett Bennett, Cody Bird back for 15th and 16th. You see, looks like maybe that one of Dustin Hall is trying to peek out to the inside a little bit. That's Nick Stein. He is on the inside of. You see him right there, side by side. This is for P9. You see, ooh, the one truck got a little loose there, and that's what'll get you. The exit of turn 2 and turn 4 is oh so tricky here, and it's gonna bite some people in the butt tonight. And you see it got the one, but he was able to keep it from spinning out there, so he's able to keep going. But it looks like a lot more side-by-side action here. I believe that's the 83 Beneful just up ahead, trying to make moves as well. You see a spin. The 82 and Nick Stein is around.
Looks like he bounced off the wall.
Yeah, he
coming off the exit there.
Towed to pit road. Nick Stein, no caution either. Now the caution's out. And looks like the 82 just, oh, he got a little loose, tried to save it, overcorrected, and then pow! Hard hit to the inside wall for that 82 and Nick Stein. And that is going to do him in early as well.
Yeah, that was a hard lick. And I have a feeling that this isn't going to be the end of cautions here, Dawson, if they're getting this loose already before the tires have even really worn in.
Yep, under caution for the second time here tonight at IRP. Zach Rinker continuing to lead this race. Alton Chicano P2, Rich Trucco P3, Dale Lucas in P4, and Dalton Kelly is your top 5, all 5 in the playoffs.
Carl Felver able to make it to 13th after restarting 16th.
You see the high and low. He was the front, and then he's been the caboose. But right now, P13. We saw, we talked about it. Making moves through the field, and right now up 3 spots on that last restart. He's able to try to make a push late in the goings here.
The worst thing for what Felver is, have to go through right now is the fact that he is in the back of the pack, and this is a short track. A lot of a lot of mistakes can happen. A lot of issues can happen in the back of the pack. Felver, he needs to be smart. He also needs to be quick, get back up to the front.
And you don't want to wait too long out back because, the longer you sit back here, you're still in a hornet's nest. So there's a lot of action going on throughout the field here. And you're seeing it now. You've seen it already. Some of these guys going for passes or going for moves to the inside, just unable to do so. And they'll slip and slide, and they'll slide and spin out and, do everything they can to save it. So we've seen 3 so far have issues. And that's just going to be more prevalent tonight as the race continues on.
Yeah, we've seen the, like you're saying, we've seen the 15 regain some positions. Let's see. I know it's hard to pass here. Let's see if he can make a couple good passes here and try and get back into the top 10 pretty quickly coming after this restart.
Lights off on the pace car. One more time here before we go green again. You see Zach Ringer will take the high line yet again. Alonso Chicano lining up P2. And of course, then it's Dale Leakes, Rich Petrucco, Dalton Kelly. That is the field right here, top 5. So the pace car is off. As we come back to the green on lap number 15. As they come around the corner, they're going to try to see if they can anticipate the start. There goes Zach Rinker, and the field is left trying to catch back up. At 69 of Dale Leakes is to the outside of Alonso Chicano. Just barely. That's going to be for second.
He's going to get squeezed out by Chicano there. Chicano will hold on to second. And Lucas now has Rich Petrucco peeking under him. Possibly trying to take third from him. But it actually looks like Lucas hasn't given up on battling for second just yet.
Yeah, Dale Leakes is still right there. Of course, he got the win a couple weeks ago. That was able to lock his playoff spot up. So now he is looking to get another one tonight and to go ahead and lock into the round of 8. You see out of Beneful, Dalton Kelly were side by side at 45. Looked all out of sorts there, but he was able to recover it. And so you see the 45, Dalton Kelly, he's back to P7, but that looked like he was about to slide it around sideways and maybe not catch it.
And there's Adam Beneful, who started towards the back. As per usual for him, didn't post a qualifying or practice time, and he's already worked his way up to 6th and is battling, like in that low line, battling for 5th with Nick Hodgson there.
And you see just up ahead too, Rich Petrucco is to the inside of Leakes, going for P3 and maybe even going to try to make a run at P2 on Alonso Chicano. So this 27 truck is starting to make some moves through the field here. And you see there's the 42, Nolan Hodgson. He is making a move to the inside of the 69 truck as he continues to slip backwards. Let's see if he can complete this pass. Still trying to the inside.
Looks like Lucas is a little tight in the middle of the turn.
Oh,
Can't rotate.
contact!
Oh!
Hodgson is able to save it. An impressive save, but of course, he's going to lose all that track position, drop him back to about P14 after the contact with the 69 of Dale Leakes Jr. And with that as well, Adam Beneful was able to pass the 69 truck. So he finds himself in P4 now.
We're starting to have a battle for second place. I think Alonso Chicano either almost hit the wall last time around or got very, very close to it, upsetting his exit on turn 2. Rich Petrucco looked to make a move, wasn't able to do it. Trying to make it side-by-side once again there.
That 27 truck gets such good rotation through the middle of the turn right there, and he's able to bring it under Chicano, and he's going to move up and take second quite decisively, and Beneful is now going to try and get under Chicano.
You see that 83 Adam Beneful, he is coming up to third, and now he's behind that 27 Rich Petrucco. Of course, they're not on the same team, but they do run together in the setup shop, the EPI shop. So you see them, of course, they're making their charge to the front, battling for this second position as they continue on through here. 23 laps complete here at IRP.
Adam Beneful and that Team Conti 83 still hounding Rich Petrucco in that 27. He's trying to get a little rotation here and go take the lower line. And looks like Rich Petrucco is going to take that middle line away from him and stop him from getting some momentum. They are slowly gaining time, though, on Rinker in front of them, despite battling.
On board, down at Beneful. As he hunts down the 27 of Rich Petrucco. But as they both are battling for second, not to mention that, they're closing up on the race leader, Zach Rinker. I believe we have a spin in the back. Caution flag is flying. I think it was Nolan Hodgson and Brett Bennett. Both trucks appeared to have issues. See, that's 42 is slow on the track again. So more issues for Nolan Hodgson here as a bad night goes worse. This is a replay of the incident here. He got to the inside of the 47. Got contact made and around with the 47 and the 42. Oh, Brett Bennett nosing into the inside wall there. Hodgson was able to keep it off the wall. But issues and some damage for the 47 and the 42.
I'd be curious to see what the onboard shows with that Dawson. Oh, and Hodgson's not happy with the 47 right now. They exchanged some words earlier during practice a bit. I'd be curious to see, did Bennett cut off the 42, or did the 42 come up? I'm curious what the onboard show.
Let's see if we can try to take a look at it. Okay, go back a little bit further here. I believe this is coming through turn 2. We're on board with the 47 of Brett Bennett. See him cruise in the top lane here. Right up ahead, you see the one at Dustin Hall had an issue. So this is coming around. This is the next time by is where we get the caution. So coming through 3 and 4, I believe this is where the contact happens.
Right
Ooh,
there. Yep. I think he came down a little bit on the nose and didn't realize the 42 was there. Because he comes down to about the midline a little bit on his exit.
Trying to see if we can get a look at it.
Right. Yep, there it is. I think he came down on him a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they were just battling for position. Brett was trying to get a run off, and the 42 was trying to make a position move, but both of them paid the price there. Brett Bennett more than Nolan Hodgson did, hitting that inside wall.
Yeah, I don't think he intended to necessarily cut his nose or anything. I think it was just he didn't realize how close he was. Of course, that doesn't make. I was, of course, as you've seen Dawson and Josh, that doesn't make Nick Hodgson feel any better.
Not at all. For Nolan Hodgson, especially with Nolan Hodgson in the playoffs, it's definitely got to be real frustrating for him. I'd have a couple of issues early on. Luckily, it's still race 1 of first round, so have the issues now, get them out of the way, and do what you can to have a couple of good races moving on. And he still has a shot to get a pretty good finish here tonight as well. Just all going to depend on the next 170 laps.
We'll have to see as we're getting ready for the restart here. Lap 31.
Besides Stein being out of the race, everybody else is still running on the lead lap.
You see a big launch, and ooh, the 69! He's gonna recover it. That was a slip and a slide and a save there by Dale Leakus Jr. That's gonna cost him some spots here as we get halfway through stage 1.
That 69 truck is evil right now. Big battle up front for the lead.
You see that 83 to the inside of Rich Petrucco. Adam Beneful is going for those positions. Of course, he's not in the playoffs. He is definitely pushing for the win, but you see he slips up, he's dropping back. Here comes Alonso Chicano now trying to make a move to the outside.
Rich Petrucco, though, still keeping pace with Rinker. He's thinking inside there. He gets such a good rotation through the turn. Let's see if he can get close enough to get under him.
It's the battle for the lead in the stage win.
Ooh, I think Rinker has brushed the wall just a little bit there.
Yeah, Petrucco's all over his back bumper now. Right there with him heading into turn 1.
Beneful has recovered. Sorry, Josh.
It's so hard to try to make something really happen on the bottom of this track when car or truck rather on top has a lot of energy going. I think one of the most successful drivers we've seen on the bottom already this race is Rich Petrucco, making that bottom really work, leading a few passes, and here he is on the inside of Rinker once again, trying for another pass, but this time for that lead.
Whatever setup they have on that 27, it's able to rotate through the turn and get under people a lot better than anybody else out here right now. Though this battling has allowed Beneful to close back up, and it's back to being a 3-truck battle for this lead right now.
Yeah, they're continuing to fight. Then back in the pack, it looks like gets the 41 of Michael Krueger, I believe, trying to make moves to the inside. Nolan Hodgson behind him. Did anybody pit that last caution, do you know? Besides Bennett and Hodgson.
Negative. Everybody stayed out. Bennett and Hodgson are the only drivers that have come down pit road this race for anything, so.
Felver has worked his way back up to 9th from being all the way back in 16th after that early spin.
Looking back, I see Dale Ligas is back to 12th. He's just continuing to slip back.
Now it looks like Rinker's starting to get a nice little gap over Rich Petrucco, as Rich Petrucco is fighting to hold off Adam Beneful, who's trying to get a nose under him.
E3 is still trying to push Rich Petrucco for that second spot. You see way back there too. Looking back in the distance, look who's up to 4th now, Dalton Kelly. And he's brought along with him, it looks like that's the 17 of Craig Fryer and the 21 of Eric Weinland. The 3 of them all just kind of on an island by themselves here for what is the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions.
Solid run for these guys, and something's happened to Alonso Chicano. He's all the way back to 14th now.
Yeah, Chicano is struggling right now, where you see the one side is having a good run, the other side is having a bad run, dropping back crazy. This 25 might have been getting the wall, just might have been pushing too hard. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing these drivers as they battle. We'll get that playoff grid back up here for you, so you can see the battles going on here. Of course, that's all tentative to the start of this race. We cannot give you a live scoring. But you can see where Zach Rinker is leading. He would currently be the first truck, to lock in to the playoffs second round if he's able to hold on. But right now he's under fire still from the 27 and the 83.
Beneful still hounding that 27, trying to find a way to get under him and pass him for second. But despite that, they've both still, the gap keeps fluctuating between a tenth to anywhere from a tenth to 3/10 of a second behind Rinker. It's just hard as the tires wear to get that grip to get a look under him.
I think what Rinker wants to see is Petrucco and Beneful start really battling each other for that second position. Because you saw how quickly Beneful was able to catch up to Petrucco and Rinker when Petrucco and Rinker were side by side battling for that lead. So Rinker, he knows that if they start battling behind him, it's going to allow Rinker to pull away a bit.
It looks like as the tires wear too, Josh, it looks like Rinker gets, because he's not sliding around as much, he's able to get a lot stronger exit now than the other two. Like you see there, they close up on the entry, but then he just smoothly turns it, and he's able to gap them just a little bit on exit.
It's just enough to hold off. And, you know, he's definitely, that's all this is right now, you know, with 14 to go in the stage. You know, Zach Rinker is looking for those playoff points. And looking back, Alonso Chicano has been passed by Cody Bird. He is now last of the trucks running.
So it's something interesting. I was just listening to driver communications, and Alonso Chicano, I believe he is on his qualifying setup. And
Oh, wow.
qualifying setups, they are usually faster than race setups, but only for a few laps. Because qualifying setups, tire pressures usually are a lot higher, and a lot of grill tape. So Chicano might have to drive in really careful here, not to keep those temperatures in air temperature, motor temperature, engine temp, oil temp down.
Yeah, but I'll tell you
And
this.
definitely gonna want to make.
Yeah, you're saying be careful. I see someone not being careful. That's the 27 Richard Trucco. He is going for this lead now. He is pushing hard. And you see a little bobble for the 27 as he's pushing, trying to get the position here away from the race leader.
Yeah, he managed to get all the way up to Zach Rinker's door on a couple of those turns during the last couple of laps there. I wonder what happened there for him to close back up on Rinker. Lost a little ground there, as you said, Dawson, but he's not out of it just yet, and Adam Beneful's still sitting there ready to strike at any moment.
Yeah, this is still not over yet. We're coming up on 9 laps to go in stage number 1 of the playoffs. The playoffs opener here, the Mardon 200 at IRP, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, whatever you want to call it. What we see here, Zach Rinker holding steady. Richard Trucco, Adam Beneful, then it's Dalton Kelly, Eric Weinland, Craig Fryer, Dustin Hall, Carl Felver, Mason Lowry, and Michael Krueger. That's your top 10 that are in position to score stage points. We're going to look and see really quick what is the situation for this 41 and the 42. They're not really too far off of each other. Actually, it looks like maybe that 42 is a little bit further back here, kind of by himself. He's going to have to try to hunt down that 41 if he wants to go for some stage points. Running 11th right now, yeah.
I don't think there's going to be enough time for Hodgson to catch up to Krueger, try to make any stage points happen. Meanwhile, second place battle.
Big dive by Beneful there. He went all the way to the apron that last turn and lost a little ground, back down to the apron again. That doesn't seem to be working for him. He actually seems to lose ground on exit.
Beneful, he's just trying to search around, see if he can find grip. There may be a yellow line down there, but that does not mean it's out of bounds.
Yeah, but that yellow line does lead to some grass, and that pretty much is out of bounds. You don't want to touch that one, so we see here, it looks like they're coming up on lap traffic. I believe that is the 25 of Alonso Chicano, just up ahead of the leaders here. Yes, it is indeed, and with coming up on 4 laps to go this next time by, I think Alonso really wants a caution to come out before the stage is over, so he can stay on the lead lap instead of having to go for the free pass.
The good news for Chicano is that if he does go lap down
he's
here...
in the wall. He's in the wall up ahead. Got the
Cody
wall ahead of
Bird.
the leaders.
Yeah, they're going to catch him before this is over. Oh, Petrucco gets way loose there. What a save on his part. It's still hanging on
25
to
in
the
the
throttle.
wall again ahead of the race leaders. Beneful and Petrucco still battling.
Oh, that 25 is evil right now.
There's no handling for Alonso Chicano anymore in this truck. He is trying everything he can, but he's going to go a lap down here at the end of this stage. So issues for Alonso Chicano. The wrong setup for this race is going to end up costing him a lap and maybe knock him out of contention for the race. You see the battle still heating up. 2 laps to go in this stage here. Rich Petrucco is going to try to make a move to the inside. He's right there, cannot quite get the run. Rinker maintains the race lead coming out of turn 2.
They were real cautious getting by Alonso Chicano there, seeing how bad his truck is handling. And Petrucco tried to take advantage of that afterwards, but he couldn't quite do it as Rinker was able to get back up into the high line where his truck handles best.
White flag, stage 1. Does Rich Petrucco make a move? If he can, he gets a little loose there. He might not have enough room to make it. He can send it in as deep as he wants. He's not going to be able to close up enough. Adam Benefil is going to try it to the inside. Stage 1 is going to go to Zach Rinker. Craig Fryer and Michael Krueger will score the last stage points of this first stage here, as the caution will fly to complete stage 1, the 3rd caution of tonight's event.
Our free pass should go to Alonso Chicano. Hopefully Chicano can make some what can only be described as wholesale adjustments to the setup on that 25 truck to make it less evil.
Developing story is Alonso Chicano immediately brought it to pit road and took it to the garage.
Yeah,
so
he left. Maybe
Chicano
not going to take a
is
swing
out
at
of the
things. Man. No attempt to take a swing at things. Of course, looking at that cut line, you know, Nick Stein came in, tied on the cut line. He's out of the race. Andrew Shartner at the bottom of the cut line, he didn't show up. And now Alonso Chicano, he was -1 to the cut line. He is out of the race. And looking at the scoring, you know, Dalton Kelly, you know, he was P4 there. And now he's going to wind up, you know, getting some extra points here. So we're going to try to look and see if we can't get a look at this pit exit.
Dale Lucas was finished 12th in that stage with his truck handling badly. So he missed out on some valuable points.
It's Rinker, Benefil, Petrucco, Kelly. The camera cuts away. There we go. Looks like Zach Rinker winning a race off pit road. Adam Benefil P2, Rich Petrucco P3, Dalton Kelly P4. And it's Eric Weinland, Craig Fryer, Carl Felver, Michael Krueger, Nolan Hodgson, and Dale Lucas Jr. gets out P10.
Good run during that entire stage for Zach Rinker. Comes into this with the points lead, and this is only going to further help his cause. He's gonna have a things stay the way they are. Even if he doesn't win, he's gonna come out with a decent cushion on the field behind him in the points.
Indeed he is. So let's see if we can't talk to that stage 1 winner really quick before we get racing again here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park.
Let me see if I can pull Zach Rinker down here for a.
I don't know.
Hey, Zach Rinker, Ben Smith up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Zach, dominant performance there in stage 1. Congrats on the stage win.
Thank you.
So take us through that stage. It looked like as things went on, your truck actually kept getting better and better as the stage went on, and you were a lot better on corner exit than Benefil and Petrucco, despite the fact they were hounding you.
Oh yeah, I think they were a little bit better overall. They just kept the tires under me that first part of the race there. I think, you know, Benefil came from the back of the field, and then I think Rich had some get on some people, so that helped. That helped me there. So it should be a good race here on the second stage.
That it will. Any changes to the truck there on pit stop, or is everything gonna just maintaining the handling that you have now?
Not yet, but I'm thinking about some. Going green here.
All right, Zach, we're going green here in a bit. I won't hold you up. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Good luck in stage 2.
Thank you.
I had to compose myself there, sorry. Stage 2 underway. You see a bit of wiggle on the fresh tires. Zach Rinker able to get a launch out of Beneful P2. And Petrucco launching P3. We're underway. Stage 2 in IRP.
Good restart for Rinker there. Gets a nice little, almost about a truck length lead over Beneful. Well, Beneful closes up quickly on entry, and he's back being all over the rear end of that 60 truck.
Somebody who did not have a good restart, Carl Felver, looks to be slipping back. Having a bit of issues here on the inside line, early goings of this one. Seeing if he can't recover here. But you look and see right now, there's 14 trucks that are on track, that are on the lead lap. And looking at your cutoff line right now, those guys that are currently down near the cut line, Dalton Kelly, Craig Fryer, and even Nolan Hodgson now, not feeling too much pressure, missing on stage points due to the fact that his competition is... Oh, and you see the 15!
My God!
Dustin Hall involved as well! And I believe
That was
smoking up ahead
Carl
is that...
Felver. That was Carl Felver. I believe he just lost it on exit of turn 2, went to the right, overcorrecting it, and then getting launched into space.
I believe that 69 of Dale Leakus Jr. was involved in this one as well. We were talking about him struggling here, and the struggles continue here. Just looking overcorrected, got stuck in the wall, and just launched into the air. Oh my goodness.
It looks like the one got out of shape further down the track. Let's see what happened there. But that 15 went to the moon faster than Dogecoin.
On board with Dale Leakus Jr. He's the one who hit the 15. Just watch that 15 snap around and just, nowhere to go. And you see, you can hear it too. The engine's blown in that 69 truck. And now let's see if we can get on board with the 15. This is Carl Felver. Get ready, folks. This one ain't going to be pretty. And just down he came. And you mentioned the one of Dustin Hall as well. He was involved in that. We're going to watch and see this one truck. Let's see the 15 spin. Dale Lucas, and then, of course, just nowhere to go. He's trying to miss. Nose in the inside wall there.
That is a very, very unfortunate incident, especially for Carl Felver.
Coming in, +9 on the cutoff line. But now, wrecking out of this one, that's no stage points, and right now, P14, and it's probably going to stay that way for a long time if he can even get back going.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Felver, considering he was so fast in practice and in qualifying, and just that when you lose grip like that early on, sure you can recover from an incident like that, but the problem is when you're in the back of the pack, it just puts you at risk for incidents, and that was a hard, vicious crash for him. Also got to feel for Dale Lucas, like he's been dealing with problems all day, and he gets caught up in something that wasn't even of his causing.
Yeah, that 69 truck was struggling, and he was just kind of minding his business, going to try to ride out the rest of the race and just score the points he could score, but now wrecked out, not going to be able to do so. So we'll see just what happens for the rest of the field as this race continues on. That 69 might just be out of it the rest of this race, as will be the 15. So 2 more playoff contenders with issues, especially those two being so close to the cut line. Dalton Kelly and Nolan Hodgson definitely enjoying this, as is the 17 of Craig Fryer, because now we've got about 5 guys that are having issues here. So we'll see what happens as we get to 1 to green here. Zach Rinker yet again choosing the outside lane.
So if you're Nolan Hodgson too, came in 2 points below the cut line. I mean, he had that incident earlier with Brett Bennett, but he was able to continue and get the truck repaired. Now he's kind of sitting in the catbird seat right now. He could come out of this ahead of the cutoff line.
And looking at it here, the 69 and the 15 both gone from the session. They are out of it. So Dale Lucas unofficially P13, Carl Felver P14. Brian C. Smith is sitting on pit road. I think he's just enjoying his time watching the race go on. So we'll have to see what happens here. Going green this time, Zach Rinker out of Beneful. Green flag back in the air.
Great launch again for that 60 on the restart, but wait a minute, Beneful stays with them.
Yeah, great launch by the 60, but a better launch by the 83, able to stick with him. He's right there side by side, still heading down the back straightaway.
I am really surprised Beneful is able to roll the bottom as well as he is, especially with that banking, that change in banking. But was that Petrucco that just got into the wall a little bit there off turn 4?
Ever so slightly, but he's able to keep it rolling in P3 as the battle continues on.
Like Rich Petrucco is going to gather back up and try and close back up to these front two. And how about that 21 of Eric Weinland managing to stay up there in 4th?
It's been a slow march to the front for the 21 of Eric Weinland, but now he finds himself P4 in striking distance of the top 3 as well. So a good run brewing for this 21 team yet again. We saw him win 2 weeks ago at Pocono to close out the regular season, looking for win number 3 on the season. He's the 21. Battle for the lead, side by side. Adam Beneful trying to make it stick on the inside lane.
He got even with him in the middle of the turn, but that high line exit still managing to save Rinker. Someone's going to have to either get like a run of their life to get by him, or Rinker's going to have to get loose and make a mistake up top.
Going to the inside, almost made contact there.
That was tight.
I think what Beneful is doing is trying to make sure that Rinker doesn't pinch Beneful down where there is that less banking. Trying to have as much banking as Rinker does, and that's why I got a little bit tight there. Right now you see Beneful just struggling.
You see him shoot by here in turn 4, heading down into the first turns. Still side by side, battling for the lead. Beneful's trying to slide up into him.
I think they made slight contact there, gentlemen. I couldn't quite tell, but it did look like they got in the doors a little bit.
Yeah, Beneful is doing everything he can, trying to stay off him, but trying to battle him for this position.
He's going to have a good look under him here.
Trying to slide up in front of him, can't quite clear him. Still side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway.
For Rich Petrucco, this is everything he would like to see. Is that 83 really using his tires of Beneful trying to get around that 60 of Rinker.
Sideways is the 83, but he's still pushing hard. You would think this is for the race win. We're still on lap 83. We're still ways away here from the end of this race. But Beneful is pushing hard to get clear for the race lead. You see him sliding up, just about getting into the 60 of Zach Rinker as they come around to complete lap 83. Still got a bit of a ways to go, about just under 40 laps here for the second stage.
You guys were mentioning before earlier, like that 83 is using up his tires, sliding down the inside there. Zach Rinker is just holding his line and having nice, smooth exits through the turns. He's not really wearing his tires all that much.
This 3-truck battle is about to become a 4-truck battle for this lead as Eric Weinland is slowly reeling them in to insert himself into the picture.
Yeah, 4-truck battle. As that 21 of Eric Weinland is stalking this group now as they go through turn 2 yet again. On board that 21 of Eric Weinland, you see the top 3 up ahead of him. It's nose to tail. Just trying to stay in the line here. Trying to knock some more laps out as this race continues.
Being decent pace, not quite as fast as those front three, but enough if a mistake happens, he's in striking distance.
But still, it's Zach Rinker leading this race. Adam Beneful in second, Rich Petrucco P3, Eric Weinland P4, and Craig Fryer P5.
83 got loose there.
That's going to allow Rich Petrucco to look underneath. Adam Beneful try to take that second spot away. And as I mentioned earlier, one driver that has absolutely made that bottom work is Rich Petrucco, Nat 27. Likes to run the top lane that time through 1 and 2.
As we approach lap 90, just 31 laps to go in stage 2. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break, presented by Coca-Cola.
All right, fine. Are we good? We're good.
Joey, I don't know how you pulled that off, man. What's next?
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, come. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, Coca-Cola. Oh, Coca-Cola.
Get the ball inside early. We're just moments away from adding a new chapter to college basketball's most storied rivalry.
The action continuing and non-stop as the battle is tightening up for the race lead as the stage is coming to a close. Rinker still maintaining the race lead, but Beneful and Petrucco still right on his trails as you see the 83 still trying to peek to the inside once more, trying to go for the race lead.
Rinker comes down off the high line a little bit there, down to the midline a bit to block the momentum of Beneful. Beneful's been almost touching his bumper the last few turns.
These three just cannot get away from each other. And I'd be interested to see if Beneful or Petrucco could get out to the lead. How much of a difference is it going to be where you see here with Rinker leading all of them? It is so tight. Once again, you can put Weinland in the picture as well.
Not just in the picture, in the battle. He is right over to the back bumper of Rich Petrucco. He is pretty much right there with him. Definitely a battle heating up now. Instead of it just being 3, it's going to be 4.
Greg Fryer's in striking distance too, about a second behind them.
If you're Beneful or Petrucco, and you see, okay, Weinland is here, Fryer's coming, do you feel like Rinker's holding you up a little bit?
It's possibly a thought that crosses their mind. I mean, you know, you're trying your best to get out ahead and get past the rest of the field and try to check out, but when you got somebody that you can't pass there, like the 60 of Zach Rinker, you're going to be held up and you're going to try to do everything you can to get by him. So we see that happening right now. You know, they can only be patient for so long, and, you know, while it's only stage 2, it's, you know, we're only halfway through the race, you still want to try to get as much advantage of the field as you can.
Yeah, I feel like it's like whatever they do, because Zach Rinker even admitted it himself in his post stage 1 interview, is that they overall have better trucks than he does. The one thing for him is he has that preferred line, and he's just a little bit better on exit compared to them.
Yeah,
And I don't think they're gonna do anything rash like a bump and run over a stage win. But if it's still nose to tail like this in stage 3, as we're getting down to like lap 185, 190, the patience is gonna wear thin, and somebody's gonna move somebody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And, you know, coming up on 19 to go here in stage 2, you know, the big thing is going to be, you know, we're looking at this. More important thing is going to be the battle off pit road. You know, Rinker has been out front this entire race so far. So he has officially locked up most laps led just by, you know, staying out front now, as we're over halfway. But the big thing is going to be that pit stop, you know, to be able to maintain out in front of second place, of third place, to not make a mistake and to have a good stop. That's really going to be the key here for this last stage. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this 83 can try to make a last-ditch effort to get by him, as he's trying everything he can. Weinland, I think, got the wall back there behind the field, behind the top 3. Slowed him up a little bit there.
Yeah, if either the 83 or the 27 leapfrog Rinker on the stage break pit stops, that could be what makes the difference. Because since they're better overall and they'll have clean air, they could gap. That one of them could gap the field if they get an advantage. Or if Rinker gets right in between them, that'll cause one or the other, whoever comes out in third, to be held up by them too.
Looking through the stage right now, the stage points: Rinker, Beneful, Petrucco, and Eric Weinland, Craig Fryer, Dalton Kelly. They're running the top 6. Michael Krueger is 7th, Dustin Hall is 8th, Nolan Hodgson P9, and Brett Bennett is P10. So you see Hodgson in 9th. That's 2 points that he can add to his total. So, you know, not a lot, but hey, you know, anything counts. You know, it could be 2 points that could matter here at the end of this round after Kansas. So definitely going to be big for him, especially considering guys like Lucas, Chicano, Stein, Felver, and Schartner are not going to be getting those points. Cameron Stone even too. You know, that's going to close him up with the rest of the field as well.
I'm definitely curious to know, Dawson, what points are going to be like after this race with the absence of Stone, with the absence of Schartner, and, you know, with the issues from Stein, Chicano, Felver. You know, how is this going to affect their races? What's points going to look like? I'm very curious to know, because this race has already been very insane, and this is only race 1 of the first round. So it's only going to get crazier from here, and we still have just a little under half a race to go.
At this time by, I believe it's 12 laps to go in the stage. So we'll see if Beneful can make the move on Rinker. What's slowly slipping back here is that 83. Still a highly contested battle for this race lead.
A little bit of a gap there gained by Rinker. That's one of his larger leads he's had when he got to about 3.5 tenths there. It looks like it's the tire wear seems to be really hitting Beneful and Petrucco now.
You see them slowly sliding back, and you see 83 almost getting up to the wall there. But still going to push hard, as we've got 9 laps to go this time by here in stage 2, and Zach Rinker is looking to sweep them.
And looks like we might have a little lap traffic here to end the stage, as they are closing the gap now on Cody Bird.
Yeah, that 13 truck. And we see them closing up on him. Beneful is trying to make a run at this. Trying to make one last ditch effort if he can, but just unable to do so. You see Petrucco looks to be trying to make a move to him to the inside.
As Rinker's pulling away. Beneful, Petrucco, they're not getting away from each other at all.
Yeah, Rinker's actually stretched out to about half a second lead now. He is growing that lead.
Ooh, the 83. Got a little loose there. Was able to recover it.
It cost him a position, though. Rich Petrucco now gets ahead of him, and he's going to get away from him pretty quickly. But still, that slow up now expands Rinker's lead to 0.6 of a second.
I don't see that closing up anytime soon unless Rinker makes a mistake. Truco, though, has open track over his teammate, Adam Beneful. Or at the very least, his running buddy. Of course, both running out of the EPI shop. We see how that 83 can try to recover and bounce back after that one.
Well, like I was saying before, Dawson, we've just been seeing this race a masterclass in tire management from Rinker. And that's been the difference for him to be able to hold off two trucks that he admittedly has said that are far better than him.
Four laps to go in stage number 2. Gap 0.6 of a second between Zach Rinker and Rich Petrucco. And, you know, we saw coming into this race, Zach Rinker was the tied for the points lead with Cameron Stone. But right now, he's looking to pick up another 10 points to add to his total to bump him up even further above the cut line.
You know what would be huge is Rinker gets the stage win here, and then goes on to win the race. He will get max points from racing. The points for the race win, and 20 points in all from stage wins. So it's a whole lot of points Zach Rinker has an opportunity to collect. But
Yeah,
he still needs to hold on for quite a while.
Even not scoring the win, you know, scoring second place, you know, it doesn't matter where he scores now because 20 points is the total that he's going to gain over everybody else that no one else can touch as he comes through 3 and 4. You see Rich Trucco trying to close up, trying to make a move. He just can't quite get there. Zach Rinker sweeps the stages here at IRP. As you see, some more trucks coming around. There's Dalton Kelly, P6. Nolan Hodgson coming through 3 and 4. He is going to finish at P9. The last of the playoff trucks. And Brett Bennett coming around P10. And that'll do it for stage number 2. Zach Rinker sweeping the stages. So 20 bonus points to his point bank.
Get out the broom.
As we see making his way to catch up to the pace car. That was huge to see this happen. I mean, you know, he's really, really been able to pull off some magic here. And as you see, they're all going to pull to pit road here. We saw Petrucco second and Beneful third last time by. Will we see them stay that way, or will we see another swap around like we did last time? So as Rinker leads the field to pit road. Need a good, clean stop. And you just need to make sure you get out first without any issues, without any speeding penalties. You see the crew over there for that 60, the Buzz Lightyear theme. It looks like the race off pit road will be won by Zach Rinker. And it's...
Well, Weinland got ahead of Beneful.
Yeah, Weinland beat off Beneful. You see some extended stops for some of these drivers. Nolan Hodgson, Brett Bennett, Mason Lowry. They're going to stay as long as they can until the pace car comes around.
Those guys in the back there are probably making wholesale adjustments to their trucks to make them handle better.
Adjustments and repairs possibly from getting the wall a couple times.
Well, Dawson, what do you say we dial up our second place finisher, Rich Petrucco?
Yeah, let's give a talk to him, see what he can figure up here, Josh.
Hey, Rich, it's the boys in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey guys.
Well, you finished P2 there in that stage. Big battle between Rinker, yourself, the 21 Weinland coming up in there towards the end. Beneful as well. You know, came down to just the lines everybody was running. So, what's it like out there, and how hard is it to pass?
It's really frustrating right now. You know, the EPI guys, myself, Adam, we're definitely faster than Rinker, but you can't get around them. The low side just doesn't have the momentum, and it's chewing up the tires. So, really tricky right now. Passing's going to be, I don't know. I'm going to have to get him on a restart or something. We'll see.
Well, did you make any adjustments that you think might be able to help you get around the 60?
Yeah, I made a couple of tweaks here. Needed a little more center turn on the long run, so it seems like we're getting long runs in. So, made a couple of tweaks, and we'll see what happens. Well, fingers crossed. It's checkers or records for me, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, Rich, really quick, this is Dawson. Just wanted to mention, talk about it, the point situation right now. You finished P3 and P2 of the stages. It's going to really boost you up, especially with some of these guys wrecking out and having issues. How does that make you feel confidence-wise, that you have a little bit of wiggle room to play around and kind of go for the win here?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for the win. I know I'm going to miss Richmond, so I'm going to have to get the win. I'm not confident we'll make it through otherwise, so we're just going to go for it.
Alrighty, well, we're getting ready to go green. We'll let you go. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Zip.
And that was Rich Petrucco, P2 in stage number 2. So, Zach Rinker elects the outside lane again. He launches on the gas pedal. Green flag back in the air. Stage 3 underway.
He's going to get clear of Rich Petrucco in pretty quick fashion as usual. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, Weinland's going to cut down on Beneful and try
We
and...
got one
Oh,
spinning in
one
the back.
spinning
It
back.
is Dalton Kelly. I believe
Oh,
that was
no.
Dalton Kelly. I believe he just lost it all on his own, guys.
Dalton Kelly around, bringing out a caution yet again. You said Adam Beneful. No, the 21 of Eric White was battling with the 17 of Craig Fryer. I believe Beneful had a penalty that dropped him to the rear of the field. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened to this 45 on that restart.
A little loose down there off the exit of 4.
Ooh, little
he had
help
some
from
help.
the 1. Nothing malicious there. I think the 1 was just right there, and I think Dalton might have had to get out of it a little bit, trying to not spin it, but getting out of it a little bit there and just nowhere to go for the 1 of Dustin Hall, and that's what led to the 45 going around. So, yeah, looks like he'll pull it down pit road and get that quarter panel pull back out, maybe get some more tires after that slide.
Looks like Mason Lowry will come down pit road as well to make some further adjustments to his truck.
Cody Bird on pit road as well. I believe he took the wave around that caution there for the stage, so that gets him a chance to actually pit for tires here.
And I apologize for earlier, Dustin. I didn't realize that Beneful had received a pit penalty.
I believe that's what happened because I just see now that the 83 is back here. He's currently 8th. So, and he was 4th off pit road, so I'm not too sure if he had a penalty or an EOL or something, but this 83 truck went to the back. And so now he is in 8th place. So he went to the back to the front before. He'll just have to do it again, this time a little bit later in the race.
He's a lot better than these trucks between him and Weinland, so I think he should be able to carve through them in pretty quick order within a few laps. The question is how hard is he going to have to push after that to keep up with those top 3?
It'll definitely
Well,
be a
guys,
battle.
speaking of the top 3, of course, during that interview that I just had with Petrucco, one of the things he said was he's going to have to try to get Rinker on a restart. You watch, Rinker has been pretty consistent on his restarts, obviously choosing the outside lane and really going once he gets to the straight, which has been helping his launch a lot. One thing for Rinker he's got to be careful is he doesn't want to continuously do the same repetitive thing because then other drivers, including Rich Petrucco, will get used to that. So, now this could be the last caution that we see, the last restart. We could have some others, but Rinker's got to be careful here as far as how he's going to restart, because he might not get too many more restarts where he's pulling out to a few truck lengths before turn 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle. We're gonna see him have to fight at it to make sure he can stay up front. As you'll see here, they're gonna come by, one to go this time by.
It looks to me like Rinker, as soon as he hits the double red line at the start of the restart zone, he looks like to me as soon as he hits that line, he immediately goes.
Yeah, he's able to pretty much launch it as the control car. He can launch it whenever he wants to launch it. He takes advantage of that early launch the best as he can. So you'll see the pace car pulled down pit road. Rinker, Petrucco the front row. 68 laps to go on the restart. As Rinker launches, we're back underway. Green flag back in the air.
Rinker gets clear once again. Gets about a truck length lead over Rich Petrucco.
Eric Weinland trying to clear the 17 of Craig Fryer. He'll do so, and that 17 is going to stack him up behind him. That's Nolan Hodgson in the 42. There's Michael Krueger in the 41. There's Dustin Hall in the 1, and Adam Beneful in the 83. So everybody's trying to make moves. You see Dalton Kelly back in the back, a little bit slower, as is Brett Bennett. But everybody battling. Ooh, Michael Krueger is around in front of Nolan Hodgson. Caution will fly yet again.
Cautions breed cautions, gentlemen.
Gonna take a look back, see what happened. That's Michael Krueger in the 41 truck. Late join to the season. But he's been running races. He had a couple good runs so far, but you see right here, he just gets a little loose. I don't believe there's any contact from the 1 truck, and then he just gets helped around by the 42. But I do not believe there was any contact from the 1 truck. Oh yeah, no contact at all. He just lost it.
He just got loose pushing hard and lost it. I'd be curious to see what kind of damage that did to Hodgson's nose. He didn't hit him very hard, so it shouldn't be that extensive.
On board with 42, Nolan Hodgson. You see, slipping. It steps out from underneath them. Not too much contact, so it shouldn't be that bad. But it's not what you want to have happen to the guy running in front of you.
Nolan, he's just wrong place, wrong time multiple times tonight, but currently scored P7. Nolan, he's had a frustrating night, but keeping his head in the game and see where he will end up from here on out.
And even with those issues, like you said, running P7, he's been able to stay in the top 10. Of course, we only got 12 trucks on track right now. Only 12 trucks on the lead lap. So not too much of a position not too many positions to lose, really. Just more so just managing and staying up near the front half of the field is what he's going to have to do. But, coming into the race, he was down 2 points. He's gained those points in stage points, on Nick Stein. So he'll jump over that 82. He's currently a couple positions ahead of Dale Leakus Jr., so he'll jump him as well. And the 15 of Carl Felver as well, going to drop back a little bit after tonight's events. So
that caution. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawson.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say someone that caution helped is Adam Beneful. He's back up to 6th now. And he should be able to restart in 3rd row. That'll give him the opportunity to potentially gain some more positions here and get back up with the top 3.
Yeah, the 13 off the lead lap now. He's a lap down, Cody Bird. We're lining up double file. Looks like we're getting ready to go back green. 1 to go this time by. Looks like it will be 61 laps when we get the green flag. 61 laps to the end of this one. So about a stage.
Big thing for Rich Petrucco here. He's got to get better at anticipating when Rinker's going to go without the. And I think one thing for him is he's trying not to risk jumping Rinker, which would give him a restart violation penalty. If he can be with him at least his door going into 1, he could have something for him.
See him running side by side. Tried to stay right with him with the launch. There goes the 60. Green flag back in the air. Back underway, and you see this 27, a really good launch. He's side by side, sliding into the front of him. If he can clear him, he can't quite. But he's going to try to force him to make a mistake. He'll slide in front and clear. Rich Petrucco has taken the race lead away from Zach Rinker.
What a move by Rich Petrucco. I called it, Dawson.
All he had to do was be at his door, and he was able to get the spot. Now, Rich Petrucco out front. The first lead change we've had all night. Zach Rinker had a good start, but Rich Petrucco was right with him and was able to stay in it and got the race lead.
And he's starting to gap him a little bit there, which just shows like both he and Rinker both said it in their respective interviews earlier, that 27 is that much faster.
And it kind of validates what was said earlier. We were talking about it. The 83 and the 27, when they were behind the 60, they were just kind of stalled out. Now you can see already this 27 starting to stretch his legs. Already out to a half a second lead.
I'm curious to see, now that he's going to be in dirty air, how well that 60 truck runs in traffic. .27 is now out to about a half a second lead, starting to just grow that lead little by little over Rinker. And there's Beneful getting underneath Weinland, and he's going to get ahead of him easily and get back up to 3rd.
Weinland trying to keep with him, but that 83 truck just right on by. You see he's trying to make that middle lane work. That's how he got past the 21. Now he's got his sights set on the 60 of Zach Rinker.
The only side-by-side battle on track right now is currently between the 41 and the 42. Michael Krueger and Nolan Hodgson for 7th place. Krueger running the bottom. They've gotten a little squirrely there off turn 2. They're going to be back single file. And once again, now the entire field, single file. It is so hard to make a pass, and that's why Petrucco had to do what he had to do there to get the lead on that restart. Petrucco executed that perfectly. And for an example like I just saw, of Krueger trying to get around Hodgson, it's going to take a lot more work to pass on the bottom than that there. And Petrucco executed perfectly when it came to getting that lead.
He figured out the pattern of where Rinker was restarting, and Rinker tends to go really early in the restart zone. And I think Petrucco finally read that and was able to keep up with him. And like I said, as long as he was at his door there, he had a shot at it.
Looking at it here, Cody Bird is out of the race as well. P12, he's going to call it a night there. 9 laps down and counting. So now 11 trucks on track racing, so it makes it better for the guys that are still in the playoff battle racing, because they know if something happens, they wreck out, you're still almost guaranteed a top 10. So very good sight for them the rest of the running here. You see the battle for second. Oh, Beneful gets into Rinker, into the wall, goes to 60.
Oh, he moved him.
And Adam Beneful takes over P2.
We said it earlier, Dawson, that his patience was not going to last into stage 3.
And that was a flat out, you're in my way, I'm moving you. Let's take a look back and see if we can get a better look at that one there. You see this is setting up coming out of turn 2. Just right there with them. He had peeked to the inside here in 3 and 4. Just couldn't quite make a run happen. So then he comes back around this time by into turn 2. He tries to pull up, tries to slide up, and ends up sliding up into him. Moves him up into the wall, and he's able to take over that second spot.
Just straight up muscled him.
Now it's a 1 second lead for the 27 of Rich Petrucco. And the battle is still waging on between the 42 and the 41. Michael Krueger and Nolan Hodgson are still going at it. This is for P7, but you would think that battle like it's the last lap for P1.
Rotation on the bottom there for Krueger. Got down way down on the apron. Though, as we've said, it's hard to pass on the bottom there. Looks like he might get the rotation there.
Dalton Kelly got the wall behind him, but he's still right there with the two of them. And Dalton Kelly wants the spot. He had some good stage points there early on, but he wants to get some finishing points as well to really kind of cement himself as a good spot heading into the next race at Richmond.
Patience there for Michael Krueger finally played into his favor. Krueger stayed patient, kept working the bottom, and finally made it happen. Took several laps. We'll see if that affects it in the long run. How bad it will hurt his tires, but right now, Krueger up, P7.
Don't look now, gentlemen. Beneful is gaining time on Rich Petrucco.
Yeah, running 2/10 faster that last lap that 83 did. So definitely looking to try to close the gap on them. Both of them running that EPI shop. So no surprise they're going to be kind of close together on pace. That time by, Rich Petrucco was faster on track, so it's going to be kind of a tug of war between the two to see who can gain time on the other. As this race continues on, we have 45 laps to go here at IRP.
Looks like Petrucco now has regained that initiative there. Oh, the Beneful got a good entry into 1 there.
As this battle continues brewing, don't go anywhere. We're going to take you side by side, and afterwards we'll take you to the end here on JCTV.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up at Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks.
Dude, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved at the pump?
Yeah, I saved at the pump.
The pump?
The pump.
He saved at the pump!
Woo! Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
50 laps to go, and here comes Casey Kane in for a pit. Wow, that was fast. Boy, I want to see that again in slow motion, Doug. Okay, that was something I did not see the first time, Pete. Boy, you catch a lot more detail when you slow things down.
I guess so.
Those look good.
Yeah.
Oh, Casey's always got time for arm wrestling. Amazing.
Yes, she is, Pete.
Boy, you blink an eye and you miss all that.
Impressive. Casey Kane's always impressive.
Dad, where'd you get that?
Oh, you won't believe what just happened.
Don't tell me you got the last Diet Dew.
Yeah.
I love the taste of Diet Dew. What do you want for it? Deal.
Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, it tastes that good.
Hey, Hotshot. Meter's running.
Denny and Harrison, welcome to the OfferPad family.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're excited. You guys ready? You know we're ready.
You know, at OfferPad, we're fast too. All online, cash offer in 24 hours. But we also like to make sure that each home selling experience feels special, easy, and different. You guys look awesome!
OfferPad really is different.
Yeah, awesome different.
Home selling with OfferPad is awesome different. Request your free cash offer today at offerpad.com.
You saw the action in non-stop. Adam Beneful is closing the gap He is gaining time on his EPI teammate Rich Petrucco as the laps are ticking down. This race is almost over. What's on the line here for Rich Petrucco? It's a ticket to the next round of the playoffs. And like he mentioned, he's going to be missing Richmond, so he desperately needs to win this race to try to lock it up because he's not too confident about Kansas. But he gets the wall there. It's going to allow the 83 of Adam Beneful to close. As for Beneful, all that's on the line for him, it's just about the win. So two different ideologies coming into this one here, coming down to the wire. We're going to have to see who's going to put up and try to make that move for the win.
It is really going to start bringing out the desperation out of these drivers. Who's going to want it more to start off the playoffs?
And what a way to kick them off here at IRP. You know, a great track, a really fun short track, and we're seeing that kind of play in today. Even with a small field size, we're still able to see some guys try to make some runs at positions. But of course, making it so hard to pass means you got to get creative with your passes, and we saw it happen with the 83. He moved the 60 truck up the track and was able to take P2, and now he's hunting down the race leader, Rich Petrucco, and he's been able to close the gap the past couple laps. So we'll have to see if he can maintain to keep doing it. Meanwhile, back in the back, it's still ongoing for P8 as Dalton Kelly and Nolan Hodgson continue to race side by side. Hodgson and Kelly make a little contact. The 42 runs wide. Kelly takes P8 for now. But that's not going to be all she wrote. That 42 is going to come right back for him. I noticed too, Mason Lowry in P11. He's out of this race as well, so the top 10 is who's on track. Brett Bennett is going to hold on to P10. As of right now, he's scored P10. He is the slowest truck on track. You see him in the wall there. You see how beat up that truck is. It's taken quite the beating for this race. So P10 right now, top 10 for Brett Bennett as this race continues on. But the battle is still heating up. I believe you are looking here. This is the 1 of Dustin Hall, the 41 of Michael Krueger, and the 17 of Craig Fryer. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th, all right here. Throw them under a blanket.
Yeah, I've been watching these three as well as the 42 and the 45, and between these three, they cannot get away from each other. See Krueger trying to make a move on Hall, and Hall trying to make a move on Fryer. It's just a sandwich that won't come apart, if you will.
As the last continue to tick down.
I bet if you're Brett Bennett, seeing Lowry out of the race now, and after what you've been through this race, getting into incidents 2 or 3 times, the fact that you've survived and you're going to get a 10th place finish out of it probably feels like a victory.
Oh, for sure. You know, especially with the 47, our championship contender Brett Bennett, you know, finishing top 10. It's going to be a big boost for him. You know, even with the small field count, he'll celebrate it as a win. So top 10 right now locked up for Brett Bennett.
He's closing in on Hodgson actually, and given they had contact earlier and Hodgson was not happy about it, I'd be curious to see how that plays out.
Meanwhile, we look up front. Adam Beneful still hunting down the race leader, Rich Petrucco, as we come up on 26 laps to go this next time by. Let's see if that 27 truck can just hang on just a little bit longer.
Seems like a look for at intermittent periods, Petrucco and Beneful will switch off who's faster by about half a tenth or so.
Yeah, it's kind of ping-ponging back and forth on who's faster this lap the next. I think Beneful's trying to experiment with some of his lines he's running to try to see if he can gain. But you see that 27 sliding almost off the corner there. That time by, not much of a gain, if any, for that 83 truck.
Petrucco seems pretty committed to that high line right now, since getting by Rinker. So he knows that's the dominant line, and it looks like Beneful is kind of diamonding the corner, seeing if he can get some acceleration on exit.
He's able able to do so that time. 1/10 of a second faster for the 83 truck. Like we said, Petrucco desperately needs to win to advance in the playoffs. Beneful is just going for the win. And I believe this would be his 3rd win of the season if he's able to pull it off tonight. But you see that 27 is going to have to put up a fight.
You know, Dawson, one thing that's interesting is when we were talking to Petrucco, he said that he's not going to be able to make Richmond. He's here to win. He is a playoff driver. He needs a win to guarantee a spot into the next round. Beneful, he's not a playoff driver. Beneful doesn't care. He's not here to battle for a championship. He's here for wins. Beneful does get up to Petrucco. What will Beneful do to collect another win on to put on his resume?
Well, you know, I mean, like we said, these two are running out of the same shop. They're both running out of EPI. So, you know, the same setup shop for these two, just different teams and different makes on the trucks. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what Adam does if he does get close enough within striking distance to go for the win. As we're coming up on 20 laps to go, you know, does he think he can have a shot to go after this 27? You saw him blink there. But, you know, Adam has definitely got to be, you wonder if he's going to make a move, and what will he do to try to pass this 27?
We've seen he was willing to move Rinker in order to gain position, and as I was saying before, how much faster they are. Look at the gap they have on Rinker now.
3 seconds is the gap from Petrucco to Rinker.
We got a battle heating up for 9th place, it looks like, between Hodgson and Brett Bennett. They're getting within half a second of each other.
Yeah, you see them up ahead of Petrucco. I don't know if Petrucco will catch them before the end of this race. It'll be close.
Oh yeah, he's gonna catch them. He's putting on a blistering pace compared to most of the rest of the field.
Slide out of turn 4 though there to cost him a little bit of time on the straightaway and allow for the 83 to try to close back in.
And he's gonna regain it here on exit. Moves down to that middle lane. And
oh, Beneful the wall back in the back there.
Oh no.
Beneful got loose out of 2. He got the wall, lost some time, and that might put an end to this one if we don't get a yellow.
Yeah, he pancaked that right side pretty good. I think that's pretty much going to settle it here.
Meanwhile, the 47 and the 42 are side by side. Brett Bennett to the inside of Nolan Hodgson. These two are not giving each other very much room, really leaning on each other.
Contact from Brett Bennett to the 42 of Nolan Hodgson. I don't think he forgot what happened coming onto pit road earlier.
I told you there was some animosity here, and this could be a little bit of a problem for Rich Petrucco when he gets to them.
You see Petrucco in the background.
Ooh.
They're still side by side battling for the position. Bennett trying to make the run on the inside. He's right there with the 42. Oh, he spins him! Around goes Hodgson into the wall! He almost saves it, almost hits the 27, and the caution flag will fly with 15 laps to go here at IRP.
What did we say, Dawson?
And Rich Petrucco just keyed up and said, for real, guys, you know Petrucco did not want to see that caution. Now, this opens up the door. Do these drivers have another set of tires? And if they do, is it the right call to come down and get those tires on the truck now?
Well, obviously, I think if you're in the top 3 or 4, you don't do that. You know, with how late in the run it is and how hard it is. Well, it looks like I'm disregard what I say. Everybody's coming to pit road for tires, except for the 42 of Nolan Hodgson, who got lapped there, so he will stay out. Of course, to get the wave around, everybody else coming to pit road. So this will be what looks to be the money stop. But yeah, to your point, you know, Rich Petrucco has had issues with Brett Bennett in the past, so it should not come as a surprise that, you know, of course, when it costs Petrucco possibly the win, he ain't gonna be too happy.
I think it might be appropriate to say at this point who hasn't had an issue with Brett Bennett.
Look at this. Eric Weinland's gonna be the first off pit road.
Did he take 2 tires?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. He might just not taking a lot of damage repair, but you can see up ahead
What a gamble.
I believe Rinker beat Petrucco as well.
9 seconds was the stop time for Eric Weinland.
Oh yeah,
that was
two-tire
a
stop.
two-tire call.
A two-tire call. Zach Rinker off P2 as well. So, interesting stuff here. We'll see if we can go back.
Gosh, what was the pit time on the 60?
Rinker was a 13.6. Petrucco was a 13.9. 3/10 of a second was the difference.
We're going to go back and look and see what happened to cause this caution. It was Brett Bennett, Nolan Hodgson battling. This was for P9. And ooh, it looks like a little bit of netco, but still drove in there. Drove it in pretty deep. And you see right there, oh, Petrucco just missing it, as does Beneful. And that's what brought out the caution flag.
I mean, they have been rubbing fenders with each other that entire time. I just don't think Bennett cut him any slack and just refused to move.
Yeah, they were trading paint this whole race. Not to mention the incident earlier on. You see they get side by side right here. Going down into turn 1.
Oh yeah, he just came up with him.
Brett Bennett sends the 42 in.
Josh, what's kind of going on your end through the driver communications? What else is being said after that incident?
It is very silent, actually. There's not a lot being said at all. Bennett did apologize. He did say he wasn't sure exactly what happened. And that was about it. No comment out of Nolan Hodgson.
Ooh, interesting choice. Eric Weinland to the bottom for the restart.
That's bold. It's very bold. Especially on 2 tires.
Definitely an interesting choice. You saw Hodgson. He's going to get the free pass. I see Craig Fryer has disconnected. He is no longer in the sim. Or at the very least, what is shown on my side is that he's out. There he is. He's reappeared. Looks like he's having blinking in and out issues is what it is. So, pace car's off. Weinland, Rinker the front row. The thing is, Weinland on the inside, the control truck, the first time that the leader has chosen the inside lane on the restart. Good launch for the 21. Green flag back in the air. 9 laps to go here at IRP. Weinland is clear. Petrucco now battling for second with Zach Rinker.
Petrucco's got to move that 60 up quickly and get by him so that he can isolate the 21. 21 is gambling on these guys battling for a long period of time.
Ooh, the 27 sideways around goes Petrucco
no!
into Beneful. Petrucco with the wall. And Brett Bennett's going to pile in. Of course he does. Caution flag will fly again.
Oh, no.
And just like that, another shakeup at the front. Rich Petrucco now the one to drop out back.
Wow. And that goes back to me thinking about what Petrucco recently said, over the driver communications. He did not want to see that caution come out at all just a few moments ago that ultimately led to this here on the restart.
You have to go on board with 47 again. I'm not even sure what he's thinking here.
I mean, he's not thinking.
Sees him spin up ahead.
He's got ample time to get...
Yeah.
He's got ample time to get to the bottom. I'm not sure what he's doing there. No reason for him to be up high like that.
That was the call that was made, and it's what happened. So. And so with that, Eric Weinland maintains the race lead. Zach Rinker P2, Adam Beneful P3. How about Michael Krueger up to P4, Dalton Kelly P5. Dustin Hall is P6, Brett Bennett P7, Rich Petrucco is 8th, Craig Fryer 9th, Nolan Hodgson is 10th.
I don't think we're done with cautions yet, Dawson.
We might get 1 or 2 more here, I believe. And, we see up top, that cut line is it's going to shake up a little bit more here with some of these finishes, how they're shaking up to be right now.
I was also referring to the fact that Brett Bennett's was starting 7th with 2 guys who are probably very angry at him right behind him and beside him.
Craig Fryer blinking out again there.
The one driver here that is loving these caution laps rather than green flag laps is Eric Weinland, of course. He is on 2 fresh tires, but everybody else behind him is on the 4 fresh tires. Now, what Weinland is not going to like is yet another restart, because as I mentioned earlier, of course, different driver as the leader. In that case, it was Rinker and Petrucco. You got Weinland and Rinker here. It's going to be, if you get too many restarts, that driver that's all the drivers around you, they're going to start to learn what you're doing. If you continue to be very repetitive with what you're doing, we've got get another caution or 2 here to finish out this race. Weinland, he could be in a position he doesn't want to be, but he just picked the top. That is already different than what he did last restart.
Weinland choosing the top, Rinker now on the bottom. Beneful, Krueger back in 2nd row, Hall and Kelly in row 3, and then it's Bennett and Petrucco in row 4.
How about Mikey Krueger there? Recovered from an early spin, and now doesn't make a lot of starts in this series, and he's up to 4th now.
3 to go on the restart. Weinland, the control truck, coming to the green flag. He'll launch. Here we go. 3 laps remaining at IRP. A great jump by Eric Weinland, as you see now. Beneful's going to try to get to the back bumper of the 60. Look at Michael Krueger on the outside, trying to make it work. The 83 sliding on the apron, able to recover it, keep it straight. And here we go. Zach Rinker, Michael Krueger now going to try to push hard to catch the 21 of Eric Weinland. 2 laps to go this time by.
At 60, spun the tires on the restart, and that's going to be a costly mistake for him.
He's gaining a little bit, though. He's been faster the past 2 laps now. It's going to be close. He's going to have to really push hard. Coming to the white flag this time by. Eric Weinland holds the race lead, looking for his 2nd win in a row here in the Juggernaut Truck Series. Zach Rinker still P2, spinning in the back is Brett Bennett. Doesn't matter. Rinker trying to make the outside lane work. Weinland's just hoping to hold him off for the last 2 corners. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Does Rinker make the move? He's going to dive it to the bottom, try it all he can. He can't quite get there. Out of turn 4, Eric Weinland's going to go back-to-back, and he's going to win here at IRP. Dustin Hall sliding down the apron. He'll come across 4th, or no, 5th actually. It looks like Dalton Kelly is going to get credited with a P4 finish. Michael Krueger P3. You see Rich Petrucco recovered to P6. Craig Fryer P7. Nolan Hodgson 8th. Brett Bennett 9. And it looks like Adam Beneful finishing 2 laps down. P10 had an issue there near the end of it.
Something broke at the end on Beneful there. I'd be curious to see what it shows on the replay. And also take a look at some of those incidents that happened on the last lap, like Bennett first and then later the one of Hall.
This just shows how much late cautions can change everything. 2-tire strategy call worked in Weinland's favor. That was a crazy finish, guys.
That was an incredible finish. You see a giant burnout there. It looks like he's going to go for a Polish victory lap as well. So while he celebrates, let's take a look back and see what exactly happened to the 83 of Adam Beneful. It's just coming to 2 to go. We saw him slide right here. He's side by side with Rich Petrucco, just struggling on the apron. It looks like he just hit the brakes and pulled down to the apron. It looks like he just not too sure what was going on there.
I think he just mailed it in.
That's absolutely what it looks like. And Zach Rinker's at the fastest lap on lap 199. And then we go back here, Brett Bennett. This is coming to the white. Let me see. As they come through turn 2, this was heading down towards the final lap. Going into 3 and 4, this is 8th place right here, and Bennett just losing it, sliding it down, and was unable to save it. But then right here, let's see if we can get a look at it. This was the way Dalton Kelly scored a P4 finish. Dustin Hall slid, and just like that, right at the line, Dalton Kelly was able to beat him for P4. Trying to get another look at it here. See, just right at the line there, that one truck lost it. And that's what gave Dalton Kelly the P4 finish. So, an exciting end to an exciting race. Eric Weinland is your winner, but first we're going to see if we can chat up some of those other guys that finished a little bit further down the ticker. Let's see, Josh, I believe you're down with the driver of the 41.
See if I can get a hold of him here. Hey, Mikey, you got a 3rd place finish. Not bad tonight, but it was a lot of craziness that happened there at the end. Couple of restarts. You had a spin early on. So what was it like recovering from that?
Well, for the spin, I just like kind of looked at the replay. I just lost it all by myself. Like initially, it was thought maybe the hill and the one hit me, or very lightly tapped me. But no, I just lost it all by myself there. I really thought when I went around, I'd probably get drilled in the door, but somehow I just really got no bad damage out of that, and just put on fresh tires and just drove through, or just came back and had a long run there and was able to make some spots up. The long run speed on the Haas Chevy felt pretty solid. I mean, it looked like if it just went green, I probably would have just gotten 6th there, but then the caution came and just, yeah, everything just went crazy from there, to say the least.
So you had kind of later in the race, you had a battle for quite a while with Nolan Hodgson. You ended up getting past him on the bottom, and you had to set him up a couple of times. So not necessarily just getting around Hodgson, but I'm curious to know, the top lane looked very dominant tonight. So what was it like just trying to set up a pass on the bottom in general to get around somebody?
Well, I mean, it was really tough. First off, I mean, the bottom's pretty much the top's the preferred groove here at IRP. I mean, I just kind of tried to send it hard and racing with Nolan, who's in the playoffs. I tried my best to race him as clean as I could, trying to pass him, because coming into tonight, I knew I was obviously not even a playoff contender at all, and I'm just some guy just racing out there. I was trying just my best to try and race every playoff guy I was racing with as clean as possible and try to race them fair, not to ruin their race. So, I mean, Nolan's trying the best he can to hold his spot. I mean, he's trying. I mean, every point matters for him and for any playoff guys. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, he was just trying to protect his position there, and I was just trying to get on by him. And I mean, I made it work. I felt like I raced him pretty clean there. I don't believe I touched him. I mean, I just tried my best to race the playoff guys clean tonight. I was fearing tonight I would run to one of them, but somehow I don't think I did. I think.
Well, great run, great 3rd place finish. But before I go, who gets it done behind that 41 machine of yours?
Well, just the guys at SPLD down the line, from Brett to Dalton, Brian, Andrew, Jeffrey. I mean, those guys, I gotta thank them for pulling me along here, for being part of SPLD and providing the setups. I mean, I just can't believe that I pulled a 3rd place out. I really just did not see this coming at all. This is probably one of my despised tracks, and just coming out with a 3rd just is really just shocking to me. I just can't believe it. Just really happy about the finish, and yeah, just again gotta thank guys at SBLD and guys that run this league, Craig, Carl, and guys that work the broadcast booth, you guys.
Alrighty, well, congrats on the third place finish, and we'll let you go talk to your team, debrief with them.
All right, thank you guys.
And that was Michael Krueger, driver of the number 41 machine. And I believe we are going to go to Ben with our second place finisher of Zach Rinker.
Indeed. Let me move him in here to our chat. Hey, Zach Rinker. It's Ben Smith up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Zach, good second place finish. You won out on both stages. Take us through that final stage. You got moved up the track quite a bit by Rich Petrucco, but you managed to rebound there towards the end a little bit for a good second place finish.
Yeah, just didn't have the greatest restart there. He got in front of me. Then I was thinking I could sit back and save some tire a little bit. Maybe have shot him at the end there. And then once Adam got next to me, he came up a little bit, and then he just barely doored me in the neck code, shot me up in the air and into the wall. So that was pretty much the end of that, but just kept the tires underneath me for the most part, and luckily that caution came out at the end and gave me a shot at it.
And good points day for you, Zach. You're gonna probably come out of this the highest, while not locked in because of the. Even though you didn't win, you're gonna come out of this with probably the most points and have a good cushion going into Richmond.
Yeah, not a bad day for sure. Considering it was my first race in over a month, and limited practice and no real adjustment to the setup either. So.
And is there anyone you want to thank out there?
Just pay to win. They gave me a really solid truck to start off with. Just made the best of it.
All right, Zach, I'll send you back up with the other folks. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on the second place finish and 2 stage wins today.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Didn't go out and get the win, but most points you can get without a win. Finishing both stages out.
Led the most laps.
Led the most laps and came away with a second place finish. So we talked about the Adam Beneful incident that took him out of the race with 2 laps to go. No, he did not phone it in. He says his wheel came loose on him. That's not going to help you complete a couple more circuits at the track, So obviously the issue that we saw. But let me see. Before we get to our winner, we can get 2 sides of a story maybe. And see if we can talk to the man who wound up on the losing end of that one after the cautions came out. Hey, Rich Patrico, this is Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Dawson.
Alrighty. Well, what could have very well been that victory you needed there to get to that next round wound up becoming, I believe, a 6th place finish. Tell us what happened that last couple laps there when you saw that caution come out.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know, man. I knew as soon as the caution came out that it was going to be melee. And then when Eric took 2 tires, I knew with the way that we weren't able to pass all night and all that kind of fun stuff that it was going to be real hard. So on the restart, I had to keep my foot in it. I'm gonna win, or I don't know if I'll make it through to the next round because I'm gonna miss a race. So had to win, had to go for it. But yeah, as far as that caution coming out, I'm biting my tongue. The stupidity blows my mind.
Yeah, and not what you wanted to have happen, obviously. But still able to salvage a 6th place finish. The points really not going to help though if you have to miss next week. So now looking forward to Kansas. After the All-Star race, you're looking forward to that one, trying to go for a win there. How do you feel your chances are going into that, and how much time you spend practicing that one, just getting ready for it?
That'd be good. I mean, EPI always brings a fire set for Kansas, and it's one of my better tracks, so we'll certainly have a good chance at the win. We just, we got to hope that guys racing for last place don't screw up the race for the leaders. That's all there is to it.
Alrighty, Rich. Well, we'll let you go here. Thanks for the interview, and we'll hope to see you have a good run at Kansas.
I appreciate it, guys.
Alrighty, and after that, let's see if we can pull down our race winner.
Let's see.
Hey, Eric Weinland, this is Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Dawson. I got you.
Alrighty, well, 2 in a row now after that 1 week off, getting ready to go into the playoffs. You come into IRP and you take it off and get another win, and you lock yourself into the round of 8. How does it feel?
Very elated, Dawson. That was just an incredible set of events that sparked right there to be able to continue to carry momentum. We did not have the truck to win tonight, but the strategy call was what paid off right there. And I can just say that I'm loving myself right now that I made that kind of call. But man, luck fell our way today.
Yeah, that 2-tire call there on that last stop, very much able to get out ahead and go for the win and keep the race lead there. What were you thinking? When you realized you were the only one on 2 tires?
I thought I had a good shot at it. There was just a couple too many laps left. I knew if we got a quick yellow on the restart that I might have been able to be in the driver's seat there at the end, but I figured it was so hard to pass tonight, Dawson, that even guys that were faster than me behind me couldn't get by me until I made a mistake. So I figured if we could get the track position, how else other than to get it by taking 2 tires right there, that we would have a shot at it. And I felt better being defensive than on the offensive. And luckily we got that quick yellow after the stop, and we're able to hold off Zach Rinker to the end.
Yep, and with that win, like mentioned, locks you into the round of 8. So a little bit of pressure off you here for the next couple races. The All-Star race coming up as well. So you got a fun chance for a good race there at Michigan. Stage is yours. Sponsors, teammates, anybody who you want to shout out here after this win.
Yeah, huge that we got the win. I'll answer that first here. So huge that we got that win. I don't know what next week holds in store for me because I will be out of town. May try to just at least start and park the truck. That's kind of what the plan was from the get-go. But this relieves a lot of stress around that next week in Kansas. So yeah, I mean, shout out to the people here at Juggernaut that helped put this league on. Of course, you guys here at JCTV for being able to provide great broadcasts for us to show off to people that love to watch. Thanks to the fans out there that tune into this sort of thing. We love racing it, and car counts may not be super high, but every single guy out here, every single driver enjoys it out here, even when it doesn't go their way a couple nights like tonight did for some. Thank you to Martin PCs for sponsoring the series. Of course, you can check out the in-sim broadcasts of my point of view on twitch.tv/luckyweare. But otherwise, yeah, and you saw it was a white truck tonight, no sponsors anymore. Definitely looking to pick up some sponsorship, or anyone looking to pick me up onto a team. I feel like I make some pretty decent sets. I'm a pretty damn good spotter at that too. So maybe a EPI or Team Conti out here that are out here may see something. But I can't thank the guys at Juggernaut enough for putting this on, and it's a blast.
All right, well, like you said, no more stress for the next couple weeks. You're on to the next round. Congratulations again on the win.
I appreciate it, Dawson.
And that was your race winner, Eric Weinland. So his 3rd win on the season, 2nd in a row here. And like we mentioned, locked in the round of 8, a very valuable win here. So let's take you back one final time and show you that caution that came out that would wind up causing the issues. So you see there, the 42 and the 47 with contact that would spin this 42 truck around and brought up the caution with about 15 laps to go. So with that caution coming out, that would wind up causing the field to shake up. And of course, the 2-tire stop by Eric Weinland was able to get him the victory. So Eric Weinland bringing it home, P1 for his 3rd win of the season. Closing thoughts here, guys.
I just think it is incredible what Weinland was able to do. I said it already, but cautions can change anything, and it changed the entire game right there. Of course, Rinker got out ahead of Petrucco anyway in the pits, but that didn't really matter with the 21 of Weinland only taking those 2 tires. So incredible drive. These guys, they put on a great show all night tonight. IRP definitely is a W in my books, and that was a good one. And I'm already looking forward to race number 2 of the playoffs.
Yeah, I also echo what Josh said. It was a great race today. It was tight racing, especially like early first two stages of the race where we had great battling with Rinker holding off the 83 and the 27 during the course of that race, and then things just turned to maximum chaos when Brett Bennett turned around Hodgson. I was still questioning why they were racing each other with not giving each other that little room with the leader within a second of them, but hey, it led to a great finish on our end for the folks at home.
Yeah, and you can't help but feel bad for Rich Petrucco. Pretty much had that race won, like he said. He's kind of in a must-win situation now because he will not be able to make it for Richmond. So that race was all but in his hands, and it slipped away there with that caution, and then therefore that restart where he started back third place, wasn't able to get the run, and ended up spinning out there. So looking at it now, though, I mean, the biggest winners tonight, obviously Eric Weinland's locked into the next round. Zach Rinker, the most points you can get without winning it. Definitely going to build that points lead he's got right there. So really should have just about locked him up for the next round with that many points that he scored tonight. Petrucco, despite spinning out, he finished 6th. He had a good finish and he had some good stage points. So he'll definitely put a gap on that cutoff line. But the guys that did not didn't benefit really. Andrew Shartner did not show up. Alonso Chicano had issues, was not able to capitalize. Nick Stein wrecking early didn't help. The 15 of Carl Felver with his wreck, as well as Dale Lucas. So a lot of guys with troubles. So this first round starting off with a bang, and we're going to end up seeing some more of it. It's going to be a fun one. So, of course, we are off next week. But in 2 weeks, August 17th, you will see a 250-lap event at Richmond. It's going to be a fun one. Round 2 of the round of 12 here for the playoffs. Things are heating up. And not just the racing with the drivers.
And, I'm looking forward to Richmond a lot. As I said, I'm already looking forward to the next race anyway. But Richmond is just a short track that I love. I know when people think short tracks in NASCAR, they think, Bristol, Martinsville. That those are the tracks that, people tend to love. And don't get me wrong, I love Bristol and Martinsville as well. But Richmond, I feel like it's got different characteristics than Bristol or Martinsville. Like I was saying, it's Richmond is different from those two, which are already different from themselves as well. So I don't know why Richmond has always been a track that I love, but I love that track a lot, and I'm just looking forward to seeing it coming up as the next race. And I think it's going to be another one of those races that are just a great show from these guys that they always tend to put on.
I'm looking forward to it as well. And one thing that's going to stay in common with that is that you always see with short track racing, and we saw a little taste of it here today, is cautions breed cautions and tempers flare.
Well, that will do it for us here tonight at IRP. Congratulations again to Eric Weinland. His 3rd win of the season, pretty much pushing himself into the territory for the championship favorite here with that win. Ben Smith, it's always a pleasure to have you up here with us. Whenever you're available, too, it's always a blast to have you up in the booth with us, man.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be here when I get a break from my work on the TV side and I have a day off to come here and call some races. Mardon Truck Series puts on a good show.
Yep, and of course, Josh Coppertone joining us as well. Always having a blast with him up here in the booth, as usual here on JCTV. But that will do it from us here tonight. The next event you will see in the Mardon Truck Series is going to be 2 weeks from now, of course. Richmond International Raceway, race 2 of the round of 12. Signing off for Ben Smith, Josh Coppernoll, I'm Dawson Allen saying so long and have a good night.